With Appaca, you can create a custom user interface for your AI. There are two types of pages, chat interface and non-chat interface. Let's start with non-chat interface here. After you created a new page, you can then set the name of the page and its unique URL. You can make the page publicly accessible. If the page is public, you can then embed the page anywhere on other websites. For this page, let's keep it private, so the user is required to be authenticated to access it. You can also set a specific rule for users to access the page. The non-chat interface is components-driven. You can browse a list of pre-built components and design a UI for your AI apps using those components. You can customize the component according to your brand and design system. This is where you customize your component's properties. And here is where you can customize the style of the component. If you want to customize a layout, you can start by adding a blank container. Then set the number of columns you want to have in that container. Now we have 3 columns in the container. You can then add a component in each column. Let's build a form. So we will add input typed components here. Enter a unique short name for the component and give a descriptive input label. Then continue with adding necessary inputs for the form. You can adjust the gap spacing between each column in the container properties setting here. To finish up the form, let's add a button for a submission. You can trigger the action workflow you created when the users click the button. Simply just select the action. It will automatically populate the inputs and output if there is a known variables already exists. For the output, you need to select the variable you want to store the value. If the known variable is not found, it will suggest to create a new one. Here on the left side, you can find a list of variables which are created when you added input type components. You can create as many variables as you need for the page. Then you can use it anywhere you want. If you want to render the AI-generated text, you need to use this AI response text component. Select the variable that stores the AI-generated text. You can also set the condition for rendering this container by setting a simple rule. If you want to show the data records of the user, you need to use the data table component. Select the database as a source, then choose the table you want the records from. Make sure to check this so only the data related to the authenticated user will be fetched. Now add columns to the table and select what value to display. You can use curly bracket to reference the value. You can also customize the style of the table, such as loading icons and load more button. Now let's create a new page for chat interface. After you created the page, you can update the page name and unique URL for this page. The chat interface is specifically designed for AI agent. Select the AI agent you want the user to interact with in this chat interface page. You can also store the chat records in the database by creating a new table and connect the data source. Then you can customize the chat to your need. You can also add a few starter messages for your users to start the conversation.